FLREDC, in our three major categories of food, spirits, and beverages, we produce over 1,500 labels. And those products are found everywhere in this country, from California to Florida to Maine. There's hardly a retailer in this country we don't touch. In 2010, there were 0 employees here for FLREDC, and we had 0 square feet. And now we're at 1.5 million square feet. We have 300 employees here, and we could easily top 500 here in the next 3 to 5 years. We really couldn't have done that without the buildings being available, and also the support of CMEDA, the support of the Regional Economic Development Councils that help push some of this development. FLREDC expanding here at the park has expanded our core business, but also opened the door to new business, new categories, new things that we can reach out and diversify our own company. And spirits is a great example. We're sitting in the largest spirits co-packing plant in New York State. We're doing things that just aren't in our wheelhouse from the last 40 years, but because we're sitting on world-class facilities with a lot of land and a lot of ability to really take on these projects, we're looking at projects almost on a weekly basis.
The New York Best Battery Test Lab was formed from a grant from NYSERDA to help drive all of the research that was occurring in the state from our universities and national labs and small companies into some manufactured products. And one of the difficulties we've had in the past is that once that research is finished, it moved to different states. So we needed something to connect all the dots and drive it toward commercialization. The New York Best Test Lab was in the first round of economic funding back in 2011, and without their support, we wouldn't be here. The other things the state has put together relative to incentives and other packages are now coming together as a full system. And so we feel that that kernel of flame that they started back in 2011 is just now starting to pay off for us, and in the next couple of years we're going to see a very good expansion. Let's look at some of the applications for energy storage. You can look at having a longer cell phone battery. You can look at many of the hybrid vehicles coming out today. And then even some of the difficulties we had downstate when Superstorm Sandy came through and having a lack of any energy storage on the grid. So all those kind of things can benefit by new energy storage technologies.
The NOMS lithium sulfur technology has a potential of delivering not only higher energy density batteries that are safer, that are longer lasting, they're lighter weight, and ultimately at a lower cost.
It's been estimated that that market in 2020 will be $70 billion alone.
NOMS Technologies is a really good example of a small company starting up at a university, developing intellectual property, and then taking its first step into the commercial world.
George Eastman did it right. He put a tri-generation power plant in that produces steam, and that steam produces electricity, and that steam is also used in all the buildings to heat in their processes. And that steam also generates cooling water loops for the whole park. So we have a very efficient power infrastructure here. Probably the only site I know of, and I've done a lot of site reconnaissance around the country, that's served by more than just one major rail line. We have both CSX and Norfolk Southern on site, which for all the tenants that need rail, as we do, because we get 5 rail cars a day, every day of the year, it's very important to have competitive rail rates.
Just about any type of technology that you could come up with, you could execute it here at the park. It can handle all of your chemicals, all of your waste byproducts. It's got more power than really anybody could use. And then you have the talent pool that's here in the area that can support it.
We've been funded for the most part by federal and state grants. Great support from the National Science Foundation and National Institute of Health, DARPA, NASA, the Air Force, and NYSERDA, of course, in New York State. NYSERDA has been a very good supporter of NOMS. They are funding this pilot factory build out here at Eastman Business Park.
The ability to get CMEDA on board, the ability to get the state on board with providing low-cost loans or grants allowed us to really put a multi-million-dollar innovation center in where we're sitting right now so that we can attract customers from all over the country. So we're a magnet right now, Rochester is, for all of our customers to come. Those are the kinds of things that the state, the county, the pilot programs, the tax abatements are critical for.